Sometimes, it's in the smallest moments, a quiet act of compassion, a simple question, a stranger's kindness, where life's most powerful stories unfold. What you're about to hear isn't just a story, it's a reminder of the humanity we all carry inside us. Backhand index pointing right. If you believe in second chances, if you still believe kindness can change the world, then like this video, subscribe to Kindness Corner, and share it with someone who needs a little hope today. And don't forget to comment your thoughts, we read every one. The courtroom was thick with tension, the kind that coils around your chest and makes it hard to breathe. All eyes were fixed on the sharply dressed CEO standing smugly in front of a young woman in a maid uniform. In his hand, he held a sheet of paper, covered in dense, foreign text. He grinned condescendingly, his voice loud and mocking as he waved it in front of her face and said, "Translate this, and my entire annual salary is yours." Laughter erupted from the expensive suited crowd behind him. But the maid didn't flinch. She stood with quiet strength, her eyes unwavering, her hands steady, her back straight. What she did next would leave every person in that courtroom speechless. Backhand index pointing right. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and never judging a book by its cover, please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness Corner. These real, emotional stories deserve to be heard. Camila Alvarez had never wanted much in life, just safety, dignity, and enough to keep her younger brother fed and in school. After their parents died in a car accident when she was only 16, Camila had dropped out of her final year of high school and taken every cleaning job she could find just to survive. She worked double shifts in hotels, cleaned offices at night, and mopped marble floors in cold mansions where people barely acknowledged her existence. Life had hardened her, but it hadn't broken her spirit. She still smiled. Still hummed lullabies from her childhood while scrubbing out rich people's coffee stains. And more importantly, she never stopped learning. Camila had a secret. Every evening after finishing her work and helping her brother with his homework, she would take out second-hand books in foreign languages, some so tattered the covers were falling off, and teach herself to read them. Spanish was her native tongue, but she had mastered English, and was learning French, Mandarin, and even Russian. She would write down words on sticky notes and tape them to her closet door, repeating them aloud during laundry or while sweeping. It was her silent rebellion against a world that had tried to shrink her down to nothing. It was during one of her afternoon shifts in a towering corporate law firm that she first encountered Mr. Douglas Whitmore, the millionaire CEO of a global tech company. Arrogant and quick-tempered, Douglas barked orders at everyone, including the cleaning staff. He seemed to especially enjoy ridiculing Camila, calling her "little helper" or "Miss Mop." One day, she accidentally left behind a page from her notebook while wiping down the boardroom. It was filled with foreign language practice, neatly written translations, and grammatical breakdowns. Douglas found it and couldn't help but scoff. "Who does she think she is?" he laughed to his colleagues. "Maids don't need to learn Mandarin. They need to learn how to dust." But something about her dedication intrigued him. And not in a respectful way, more like a man amused by a stray dog trying to perform tricks. So he hatched a plan. During a large legal presentation where international investors were present, he called her in front of the entire boardroom. Holding up a business document in Mandarin, something he himself couldn't read, he said, "If you're so smart, translate this in front of everyone. If you can, I'll give you my annual salary. If not, you'll clean toilets for the rest of your life." The room erupted in chuckles. Cameras were rolling. It was humiliating. But Camila didn't panic. She stepped forward quietly, took the document with both hands, scanned the lines for a few seconds, and began translating fluently, confidently, and without a single pause. Her voice was calm, but her words sliced through the room like a blade. As she spoke, the expression on Douglas's face slowly morphed from amusement to confusion, then horror. By the time she reached the second paragraph, an internal clause that exposed a potential violation of international law, the room went completely silent. What you just asked me to read, she said firmly, includes a financial disclosure that directly contradicts what your company submitted to the SEC last quarter. I don't think you expected anyone here to understand it, but I do. A stunned silence followed. The investors looked at each other, stunned. Douglas stammered. That's not what it says, he tried, but someone had already pulled up a live translation app and confirmed every word. The media present started whispering, some pulling out their phones to take notes. Camila stood motionless, her face unreadable. For the first time in his life, Douglas Whitmore didn't have anything clever to say. The fallout was immediate. Within a week, the story had gone viral. Headlines read, "Maid outsmarts millionaire, CEO made to look like a fool," and "Woman once invisible now leads international case." Camila was offered multiple job opportunities, translator, language coach, even a publishing deal to write her life story. She chose to start a non-profit instead, Voices Unheard, which offered language education and scholarship programs for domestic workers, janitors, and underserved youth. Camila didn't take the millionaire's salary. When asked why during a TV interview, she simply said, "I don't want his money. I want opportunity. For myself. For others like me. That's the real wealth." Douglas? He stepped down as CEO 2 months later, under pressure from investors. His arrogance had cost him his career. Camila never gloated. That wasn't her style. She simply kept going, quietly, powerfully, changing lives one word at a time. Broken heart, if this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to Kindness Corner. Let's keep stories like this alive. Let's remind the world that dignity, education, and heart matter more than status, titles, or money. Memo special request: comment below with your favorite line or moment from Camila's story. We read